going to share a little story with you. So the other day I was walking along Swamp Rabbit Trail, and if you are not local to Greenville, South Carolina, then you're probably wondering what in the world is Swamp Rabbit Trail. It's basically an old railroad that they paved and made into this really nice long trail that you can walk or bike on. It's pretty awesome. So there's a free little library on that trail, and my kids love to stop and get books there. So I stopped and was looking through to see if there was any books that I wanted to pick up for them. And I came across this book right here, the Body Reset Diet book. And I'm thinking, I'm just going to look through this book because I want to know what this is all about. Sometimes I have clients that ask me like, oh, have you read this book or have you watched this documentary, whatever? And I just want to know what they're about. Plus I want to see, what they say in there. So I'm skimming through the book, and it says things like, diets don't work. And it gives a lot of reasons why, like they require too much money, time, effort, or money. I might have said money twice, sorry there. They teach the wrong lessons about food. They confuse some basic nutrition facts. I agree with these things. They push exercise too much. I absolutely agree with that. They don't make us exercise enough. That's probably true in some cases. The number on the scale doesn't move fast enough. Yes, we all want things to happen right now. We want instant gratification. I get it. If your phone doesn't do what you want it to do in like a millisecond, we get annoyed. I get that. Unfortunately, it does not work that way with, changing your habits and losing body fat and all that kind of stuff. But that's a discussion for another day. So it promises these results here: lose fat quickly and safely, experience a massive energy boost, enjoy improved overall health, feel as amazing as you look. Yes, we all want those things. So of course, me not knowing any better, I'm going to pick up this book and think, well, I'm going to go ahead and follow what it says. So that's great. Okay, so now it talks about some different principles that you want to follow. So first one is to fill up on liquid bases. Okay, we're going to hydrate. That sounds great. Number 2 is fill up on lean protein. Also sounds great. Goes on to tell us what protein does, blah, blah, blah. Then number 3 is healthy fats, and it goes on to tell us what are healthy fats and what are not so good fats, and that's great. And then next up is high fiber carbohydrates, also great. So far, sounds like a pretty good book. And then it gives us some examples, like different snacks and, fruits, popcorn, things along those lines, what beverages to drink. Great. Okay, so now here is where the book goes downhill, and it's only page 80 out of almost 300 pages, so not very far into the book. Phase 1 of the Not Diet diet is comparing your standard American diet, and it gives, examples of breakfast, lunch, snacks, whatever. 2,770 calories to phase 1 of the Body Reset diet. That, mind you, is not a diet. That's what the book said. This is not a diet, but yet it's a diet. 1,149 calories. So we're going to cut our calories from 770 calories to 1,149 calories. That is less than half. Do you want to know what happens when you cut your calories that far? If you are eating 2,770 calories a day and you cut it to less than half, or any extreme amount of calories less than what you are currently eating, your body's job is to keep you alive. So it's going to figure out how to keep you alive on 1,149 calories. And it's going to reset. It's basically going to damage your metabolism. So the author says in here that diets don't work. Diets actually do work. They usually just work the first time, and then after that, they don't work anymore because you've already damaged your metabolism. So when you drop down to that very low calorie amount, what winds up happening is your body has to reset on that lower amount, has to figure out how to stay alive, and it winds up burning off your own muscle mass because your fat is your ultimate reserves. Your body doesn't want to burn off fat. It wants to burn off muscle instead because it wants to preserve your fat, just in case something happens, like you get stuck on a deserted island. So it's going to start burning off your muscle mass. Muscle is metabolically active, which means it requires calories to keep it there. So now you are not only resetting your metabolism to only burn 1,149 calories a day, because that's all you're giving it, you're also decreasing the amount of calories that your body's going to expend because you now have less muscle on your body. So you have now reset your body to only burn 1,149 calories a day. And most people cannot stay on these diets more than, a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. And so then what winds up happening is you wind up increasing your food or going back to the way things were. And now you're eating more than 1,149 calories. So you want to know what winds up happening? You wind up gaining all the weight back. And then you can't lose it because your body's still only burning 1,149 calories. So congratulations, now you've just kind of ruined your metabolism. You haven't ruined it. I mean, you can get it back. It's just a little bit of a process. And so that is what happens when you follow some of these books that are, nutrition books that are trying to tell you how to eat healthier, but they're really just a diet that is clothed in sheep's clothing. It's a diet that is in sheep's clothing. That's basically what it is. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing, if you know the saying. So some of the things that they talk about in here is let me just show you it. What they are recommending is that you have 2 smoothies a day. So for breakfast, you have a smoothie. Then you have a snack of just some berries. Okay, that's really not much. Then you have lunch, which is another smoothie. Now you have a snack of just popcorn. That's never filled me up. And now you have a blended soup for dinner. Gross. Who wants to eat like liquid meals all the time? Not me. I'd rather chew. And it talks about in here, you might have, just some mental blocks against, doing smoothies. Well, of course, because food is not only physical, it's emotional. And, there's a mental piece wrapped up in it. And so personally, if I don't actually chew my food, if I just have a smoothie, I don't feel full. I will feel full immediately after, but it's not sustaining for me. And so what's going to wind up happening is I'm going to drink the smoothie and then I'm just going to wind up eating a meal a little bit later. So what was really the point? I should have just eaten what I wanted to eat in the beginning. And that is where intuitive eating comes in. And that is the difference between dieting and following what your body is telling you, which is my philosophy is follow what your body is telling you. This is especially true if you are an athlete. So if you're an athlete and you think, I just want to eat healthier. Okay, I'm going to reset my body. I'm going to follow this book. And now you are trying to survive off of, less than 1,200 calories a day. You're not going to make it. Your performance is going to suffer. You're going to wind up getting a lot of injuries. You're going to wind up getting sick. You're going to feel like absolutely garbage. You're going to lose your muscle mass, which is what produces power and gives you an advantage in your sport. It's all just going to come crashing down. So if you are active in any capacity, if you are an athlete in any capacity, do not follow these books. It's just not good. It's bad news. So really what you should wind up doing is making sure that you are fueling your body. You're getting in what your body needs, eating when you're hungry, stopping when you're full, eating what you want, but within a balanced plate method. I hope this really breaks things down for you with some of these nutrition books, and even documentaries are the same thing. They take an ounce of truth and then they stretch it. So don't believe everything that you see or read. If you liked this video, please like it, please share it, and send me a DM or write me a comment on what else you would like to see covered, because some of these things really fire me up because they are just garbage.